The diplomatic summit on Vexera Prime was supposed to be humanity's crowning achievement. After decades of careful negotiation, Earth had finally secured a seat at the Galactic Council, a collection of civilizations so ancient that humans were still figuring out fire when they were building Dyson spheres. Harry Chen, a junior translator attached to the human delegation, stood in the Crystalline Palace's antechamber, reviewing his notes for the 1,000th time. His specialty was the Vexeran language, a melodic tongue that required 3 voice boxes to speak properly. Humans with their single larynx could barely approximate it, but Harry had studied for 5 years to get even passably fluent. "Remember," Ambassador Jasmine Torres whispered beside him, adjusting her formal diplomatic sash, "the Vexerans value physical prowess above almost everything. Their Queen Selethera is apparently undefeated in their traditional combat sport. Whatever you do, don't insult her strength." Harry nodded nervously. At 26, he was the youngest member of the delegation, selected purely because he could pronounce Vexeran dental clicks without dislocating his jaw. Jasmine, at 32, was a diplomatic prodigy who'd negotiated 3 trade agreements before breakfast. They made an unlikely team. The door spiraled open, revealing the throne room. It was breathtaking. Bioluminescent vines cascaded from a ceiling that seemed to touch the clouds, and the assembled court wore armor made of living metal that shifted colors with their emotions. Queen Selethera sat upon a throne carved from a single quantum-locked crystal. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with 4 arms, skin that shimmered like oil on water, and yes, the muscular build of someone who could probably bench press a shuttle. The Vexerans were a warrior culture, and their monarch exemplified that ideal. Harry and Jasmine approached with the delegation, performing the ritualistic bow, left knee down, right hand over heart, a gesture of respect among equals. "Humans," Queen Selethera's voice resonated through translation devices everyone wore, "you honor us with your presence. I have heard your species defeated the Kravix raiders at Proxima Centauri, with nothing but primitive fusion weapons and sheer audacity. Your Majesty is too kind," Jasmine replied smoothly in perfect diplomatic galactic common. "We simply did what was necessary to protect our colonies." The Queen rose, her ceremonial armor clinking softly. "I respect warriors. Come, let us tour the combat gardens. I wish to understand the species that refuses to surrender." As they walked through the bioluminescent gardens, Queen Selethera explained Vexeran combat philosophy. Harry translated quietly for the human delegation, his mind working overtime to process the complex grammatical structures. They reached an observation platform overlooking a training arena where Vexeran warriors sparred with plasma blades that left trails of light in the air. "Your culture fascinates me," the Queen said, turning to address the humans directly. "You have no natural weapons, yet you fight. You have no exoskeletons, yet you endure. Tell me, what makes humanity so persistent?" Jasmine smiled. "We're stubborn, Your Majesty, and we protect what's ours." The Queen laughed, a sound like wind chimes in a storm. "I like you, Ambassador Torres. You would make a fine warrior." She turned, her armor catching the light, and Harry's translator brain noticed something. In Vexeran, there were 2 words for strong. Cathera meant strong in spirit or will. Vithara meant strong in body or physical power. The Queen had just used Cathera to complement Jasmine's diplomatic strength. Harry, wanting to contribute and nervously eager to demonstrate his linguistic knowledge, decided to return the compliment properly. "Your Majesty," he said in carefully pronounced Vexeran, "we are honored by your Vethera. Your form is truly magnificent, especially your combat foundation." Dead silence. Every Vexeran in the vicinity stopped moving. Jasmine's face went through several colors. The Queen's armor shifted from royal purple to a shade of pink that Harry's xenobiology classes had never covered. "Harry," Jasmine hissed through clenched teeth in English. "What did you just say? I complimented her physical strength?" Harry's confidence evaporated. "I said her form was magnificent, especially her combat foundation, the base of power for their fighting style." One of the Vexeran courtiers made a sound like a choking engine. Another had turned away, shoulders shaking. Queen Selethera's 4 hands had moved to cover her face. Or, more specifically, cover the fact that her skin was now cycling through shades of violet and pink that, according to Harry's suddenly very clear cultural memory, indicated profound embarrassment. Human Harry. The Queen's voice was barely a whisper. Did you just compliment my posterior? Oh no. Oh no, Combat Foundation in Vexaran slang apparently also meant, I am so sorry, Your Majesty. Harry practically shouted. I was trying to say your warrior's stance was impressive. I didn't mean I would never, but something unexpected happened. The Queen started laughing. It began as a small chuckle, then built into a full, genuine laugh that echoed through the gardens. In 300 years, she gasped between laughs, no diplomat has ever. Oh, ancestors. She looked at Harry, her skin still that embarrassed pink. Your species has boldness beyond measure. Jasmine, recovering her diplomatic composure despite her own blushing face, stepped forward. Your Majesty, please accept our sincere apologies. My colleague meant no disrespect. Disrespect? The Queen wiped at her eyes with one hand. Ambassador Torres, your translator, just reminded me that warriors should never take themselves too seriously. She looked at Harry, who wanted nothing more than for the planet to open up and swallow him. Human Harry, you have given me the finest gift, genuine, unintentional honesty. Most beings are too terrified to even look at me directly. She descended from the platform, approaching Harry directly. He fought the urge to run. Your species fights with impossible odds, navigates our complex languages with determination, and apparently, her skin flickered with amusement, gives compliments that would make a Terran asteroid blush. I believe humanity will fit quite well in our Galactic Council. As the delegation returned to their quarters that evening, Jasmine collapsed onto a chair. Harry, that was simultaneously the worst and best diplomatic incident of my career. Harry's face was still red. I'm getting reassigned, aren't I? Actually, Jasmine pulled out her datapad. The Queen just sent a message. She's requesting you specifically as the primary translator for all future meetings. She showed him the screen, her expression caught between horror and hilarity. She says, and I quote, "The human who speaks truth without fear shall have my respect." Harry groaned. I accidentally complimented the Queen's butt and somehow that became diplomatic success. Welcome to xenodiplomacy, Jasmine grinned, where humanity's greatest strength is being too oblivious to know when we should be afraid. HFY indeed.